Well, this is the Mercedes-Benz EQA, one of the best-selling EVs globally for the German brand, and finally now it's here in India and we are driving it today in order to find out if the EQA really makes sense for the Indian market or not. Well, Mercedes-Benz has already launched a lot of EVs in the Indian market in recent times, but this one is quite different. It's one of the youngest and the smallest EVs on offer, but Mercedes-Benz claims that it also offers one of the highest value for money equations in the market. Is that true? Let's find out. First things first, the design. And the EQA does have a design that truly stands out. Of course, we are very familiar with this big Mercedes logo up front, but if you look at the grille, it is in sync with the EVs that we are seeing from the brand. And this pattern really stands out, gives the car a nice clean look. And if you look at these LED DRLs, they go from one end to the other, accentuating the width and also giving the car a lot of dynamic character. As you move towards the side, you get these very nicely designed AMG alloy wheels, which again add to the character of the vehicle. And as you go towards the back, you'll find some strong shoulder lines, a sloping roof, and then again a tail lamp that runs from one end to the other. Overall, when I look at the design, in my view, the EQA is definitely a very handsome and most importantly, a very youthful looking vehicle, because with this car, the young buyers is exactly what Mercedes-Benz is targeting. Now, once you step inside the cabin of the EQA, you are greeted to usual Mercedes-Benz luxury. The dashboard again is laid out very nicely. What I really like is this pattern that has been given here. This really stands out, gives the car a very nice look. The softest material again feels very good in terms of touch and feel. And you've got this usual screen that spans over from one end to the other, combining the instrument cluster along with the infotainment screen. Even the air conditioning vents, well, they've got this very nice premium looking bronze and golden kind of a mix color to it. Looks very rich. The steering wheel, a flat bottom one with the usual controls and these metallic paddle shifters, which are not for changing gears. It's an EV, but beyond that, if you look at the overall cabin, it just looks like a proper Mercedes-Benz cabin with a lot of features. You've got wireless charging, you've got a nice big panoramic divided sunroof, and you've got a lot of space inside the cabin. In terms of connectivity, again, you've got MBUX, you've got voice commands, you've got Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. The touchscreen looks good, works well, and it's an EV, so sustainability is a part of it. So these seats that you see, the fabric is made out of recycled PET bottles. That is what this fabric is made from. So overall, a cabin that looks good, it's great to be in, has a lot of features and has sustainability aspect to it as well. Now, once you step into the rear cabin of the EQA, well, it's pleasantly surprising because when you look at the outside, the interior is a lot more spacious than what you expect. So right now I've got the driver's seat adjusted to my driving preference. I'm 5 feet 8 inches for reference, and you can see even after I extend my feet forward, I've got a lot of knee room here, lots of space. Easily I can slide my legs. I can get a nice comfortable seating position, good amount of headroom despite the sloping roof line. So it doesn't matter, even if you are someone who's 6 feet tall, you should be able to get decent amount of space inside the EQA. The seat itself is quite nice, well cushioned, but what could have been better is that it is quite low. And as a result of that, if I want to extend my legs back, I instantly have almost no under thigh support. And if I have to place it like this, for long hours, well, it's again not a position I would want to be in. So yeah, the under thigh support could have been a little better, but beyond that, if I look at the rear AC vents, the overall placement of cubby holes for placing your luggage, and the overall comfort, the EQA does score top marks. Now, before I go ahead and talk about the performance though, let me tell you one more great aspect about this vehicle, and that's the sound system. Now, this comes with a brilliant Burmester surround sound system. It's got Dolby Atmos, 700 watts of power, and the sound quality is just phenomenal. So if you are someone who loves listening to music, again, the EQA is going to keep you very, very happy. And now on to the most important part, the driving bit about the EQA. Now let's get the stats out of the way first. It comes with a 70.5 kilowatt hour lithium-ion battery, and it has a claimed range of around 560 kilometers on a single charge. And Mercedes says, well, you can top it up from 0 to 80 in about 35 minutes on a 100 kilowatt hour DC charger. On a standard 11 kilowatt hour charger at your home or office, wherever you get it installed, you can charge the car in about 7.5 to 8 hours fully. So yeah, in terms of charging, of course, no problem. In terms of power, well, it delivers about 190 PS of power, 385 Newton meters of electric torque, all of which is available right from the word go. And it has a top speed of 160 kilometers. So those are the basic figures, but how's it to drive? Well, it's electric, it's silent, it's again also very quick off the line. Like I said, electric torque, so off the line it accelerates very quickly, and even when you get up to triple digit speeds, it doesn't run out of steam like many other electric cars do. Of course, I mean, once you go past about 130, well, that is when, you know, the graph starts to taper off, but till about 130 kilometers it accelerates quite nicely and can be quite fun to drive. And of course, it's electric, so it's silent, it's super refined to drive. And in terms of efficiency, well, like I said earlier, 560 kilometers of range is what the company claims, but based on what we have driven, I think you can get easily a range of 450 kilometers or a little more than that in a regular driving cycle, as long as you're not caning it. And if you do intend to go on a full send mode with this car, well, in that case, still this 70.5 kilowatt hour battery should be good enough for about 300 kilometers plus, which means range anxiety is not an issue with this vehicle. And that's exactly what you want from modern EVs. Especially when you're buying a luxury EV, range anxiety is something that you absolutely do not want. And like I said, over 450 kilometers of real world range means that you can not just plan your city drives, but you can also plan your intercity drives without much hassle. In terms of ride and handling, well, again, it's an EV, so of course it's very stable. You know, we've got the battery pack sitting low, so the center of gravity is quite low. As a result of that, at high triple digit speeds, the car is very stable, pretty much rock solid. Even under emergency braking, the car remains stable. Around corners, you do feel a bit of the weight, but again, the engineers have done a great job of masking it. So like I said earlier, in terms of power, it has enough power to have fun. And if you're going fast around corners, it will comply with your steering inputs, as long as you do not overdo it. There is a hint of body roll, but I mean, again, it's not a vehicle that is intended at being all out sporty. It offers a balance, and it's a good balance. You also get different driving modes, and using these paddle shifters, you can change the amount of recuperation you get. So you can choose a strong region or a light one, depending on your driving preference. One really cool and smart feature in this car is the AI system, which works really well when you come up to a traffic signal. It detects the signals and will give you a high resolution display of the things in front and also the directions, so that you do not miss any important information from the driver's seat. Overall, from my perspective, I am very happy driving the EQA. I think it's a perfect match of what someone would want in this segment. It has got a good amount of space, it has got good set of features, it is very comfortable and refined to drive, it offers a good range, it is easy to charge, and when you put all of these things together, you get a very nice proposition in terms of an EV. And more importantly, Mercedes-Benz is targeting new first-time buyers with these cars, as their average age for the consumer is getting younger with every passing day. And I think this makes great sense. They are also offering some great benefits. So, I mean, in terms of down payment, you can just pay about 20% of the down payment, and still over a period of time, the kind of savings you will have will offset a significant part of that down payment. So the company has, of course, looked at that. There are various leasing financing options also on offer. So buying this is not really now a tough task. It's not a Mercedes that's hard to own or very expensive to own, and it offers a brilliant value proposition. More importantly, it is a good, fun to drive EV, and it does not offer you any range anxiety issues, and at the end of the day, it offers a good value for money, which brings me to the point: pricing. Well, we do not know the pricing. It will be released on July 8th, but my estimate is that it should be priced around the 67-68 lakh rupee mark, and at that, I think this would make a very good purchase decision. Well, if you like the video, please hit that subscribe button, press that little bell icon so that our videos can reach you on time, and do share it as well.